Now, as India marks its 77th Republic Day today, let's take a look at the most iconic moments. In global diplomacy, fashion often speaks before words do. A carefully chosen outfit can signal respect, cultural awareness, and political intent, turning clothing into a subtle but powerful diplomatic tool. In a graceful departure from her usual tailored pantsuits, von der Leyen was seen wearing a gold-patterned long jacket paired with crisp white trousers, a look that blended European tailoring with Indian ceremonial style. The jacket featured a structured, long-line maroon silhouette, closely resembling the achkan or sherwani, garments traditionally worn on formal and state occasions in India. Crafted in a rich brocade or jaguar fabric, the jacket carried an intricate floral and botanical motif woven into the textile. The antique gold design set against a deep maroon base gave the outfit a regal finish, while the restrained styling kept it contemporary and elegant. Indian Air Force flypast stole the spotlight at the 77th Republic Day Parade, captivating spectators from start to finish. The Indian Air Force shared the IAF perspective videos from the air show and flypast. A perspective formation, videos shared by the Indian Air Force shows AH-64E Apache attack helicopters flying over Kartavya Path, offering a striking aerial view of India Gate as they pass overhead. President Draupadi Murmu has awarded the country's highest peacetime gallantry medal, Ashoka Chakra, to Indian astronaut and fighter pilot group captain Shubhanshu Shukla, who served as pilot for the historic Axiom mission to the International Space Station last year. At the 77th Republic Day Parade, Shukla scripted history by becoming the first Indian to visit the ISS and the second to travel to space, following squadron leader, later Wing Commander Rakesh Sharma in 1984. Sharma was also awarded Ashoka Chakra. Take a look. The marching contingent of the Indian Navy took part in the Republic Day 2026 parade at Kartavya Path in Delhi. For the first time, the Republic Day parade presented a phased battle array format of the Indian Army that included an aerial element. It featured a high mobility reconnaissance vehicle and India's first indigenously designed armored light specialist vehicle. At the 77th Republic Day 2026 parade on Kartavya Path, the Indian Armed Forces displayed a tri-service tableau titled Operation Sindoor, Victory Through Jointness, reflecting strength, unity and the protection of national sovereignty through updated defense capabilities. Operation Sindoor was a military action launched to target terrorist bases in Pakistan. It followed the Pahalgam terrorist attack in April 2025, in which 26 people were killed, after which the Indian military carried out strikes on these bases, killing several terrorists. Indian HIM Yoda contingent, which included Bactrian camels, Zanskar ponies, black kites, glacier ATVs and Indian breed dogs, moved along Kartavya Path during the Republic Day parade. These animal and support units are key to supporting soldiers stationed in some of the world's toughest regions, especially in the Himalayas and the Siachen Glacier, as well as along the Indo-Pakistan line of control and the line of actual control. EU President Ursula von der Leyen looked amazed and happy as the HIM Yoda's eagle and the local Dogesh won hearts. The Indian Air Force also released striking footage of the Vajrang formation featuring 6 Rafale jets slicing through the skies above the Kartavya Path. Captured from both ground and cockpit perspectives, the visuals highlighted the Rafale's agility, precision, maneuverability, and sheer aerodynamic presence. The tied formation drew attention not just for its symmetry, but also for the symbolic display of strength and technological prowess, making it one of the standout moments of the flypast. The aerial perspective also captures the pride and professionalism of Indian Air Force pilots, showcasing how they maneuver high-performance combat jets with remarkable precision, discipline, and grace. Spectacular visuals captured the Vijay formation as a lone Rafale fighter jet tore across the sky at 900 kilometers per hour, flying just 300 meters above ground level over the water channel north of Rajpath. Demonstrating unmatched precision and power, the aircraft then pulled up sharply into a breathtaking vertical Charlie maneuver, drawing thunderous applause and marking one of the most dramatic highlights of the 77th Republic Day flypast. Rafale and Su-30s of the Indian Air Force flew over Kartavya Path with spectacular views of their cockpits. The Indian Air Force contingent included 4 officers and 144 airmen. It was led by Squadron Leader Jagdish Kumar with Squadron Leader Nikita Chaudhary, Flight Lieutenant Prakhar Chandrakar and Flight Lieutenant Dinesh serving as supernumerary officers. In step with the marching unit, a flypast took place with 2 Rafale jets, 2 MiG-29s, 2 Su-30s and 1 Jaguar aircraft in the spearhead formation, representing the Sindoor formation. Central Reserve Police Force Assistant Commandant Simran Bala created history by leading an all-male contingent of the Parliamentary Force at the ceremonial Republic Day parade along New Delhi's Kartavya Path on Monday. The 26-year-old officer, who hails from Nowshera in Jammu and Kashmir, commanded a squad of 147 personnel from the country's largest paramilitary force to the tune of the CRPF song Desh Ke Hum Hain Rakshak. The tableau of the Ministry of Home Affairs, featuring the National Disaster Management Authority and the National Disaster Response Force, that rolled down the Kartavya Path on January 26 during 77th Republic Day parade, commemorated 25 years of the Bhuj earthquake, a defining moment in India's disaster management journey. In a historic debut, Bhairav battalion marches for first time at Republic Day parade. March showcased exemplary discipline, strength and precision, symbolizing India's evolving military capabilities. The debut performance earned admiration from dignitaries, spectators and defense enthusiasts, marking a memorable moment in the nation's parade history. Take a look.
This is a specialized assault infantry unit bridging the capability of conventional infantry and special forces. Designed for rapid response and high-intensity operations. An able first responder.
I want to go across now to Joyita Basu, editor of the Sunday Guardian. Joyita, a lot of conversation is centering around, what Wandelian wore, because this is something that signals a lot of things. Her attire signals a lot. What would you like to say on that?
Oh, yes. In fact, that is something that I first, noticed as soon as she stepped out of the Rashtrapati Bhavan with President Draupadi Murmu was her outfit. It was so, the whole fact, it is, as you're talking about brocade, basically essentially from Banaras, and the intricate work on that, the zari, and I'm certain the finest quality silk. It is, I would say, a homage to Indian textile sector. I mean, if she could possibly send, I mean, she couldn't possibly send a better message than that. You know, if you are looking at in FTA, given the importance of the textile sector, the very fact that she wore something that is intrinsically Indian, that says a lot about what is coming our way in terms of the trade deal. And not just that, it is also an homage to, I would say, India's culture, India's rich history, to our craftsmen, India's art, craft. So it was, I thought it was a wonderful gesture. You know, when you're looking at that, what she wore today, I think that was some of the most striking, I think one of the most striking outfits that I have seen a foreign leader wear. And what I also found very interesting is that if you look at the turban that Prime Minister Modi was wearing, that also had zari work in it. I don't know whether they had coordinated, their two offices would have coordinated. Maybe the Prime Minister's office had conveyed to them. I do not know that. But what I found very interesting is the use of zari in the pagri, in I'm not a Bengali, so I do not know what to call it, but it's a turban. So the turban, and there was some kind of similarity in the use of zari over there.
You know, Joyita, I also want to talk to you about, I always say on the broadcast that we must always remember that we're safe because we have our Indian defense standing behind us and fearlessly, selflessly protecting us with their valor and sacrifice. And the kind of stunning display of the tri-services tableau that we saw at the Republic Day today, title, of course, Operation Sindoor. We saw those aircrafts in that Operation Sindoor formation. What would you like to say on that?
Well, this is, I would say, India's hard power couched in soft power. You know, when you're looking at the Republic Day parade, let's not make any mistake. It's a strong message sent out to the world, particularly the malign neighbors that we have, be it Pakistan, be it Bangladesh, be it China. It's a message sent out to the world, definitely, that we are a huge military power. But that message comes couched in velvet, let's put it this way. You know, the iron hand in the velvet glove. This is a classic I would like to bring in that metaphor, because that is what it comes across to me. And you know, it is India's tradition, India's history, India's, apart from that, of course, the military power, the hard power that we are. Okay? The thing is that we are not a weak power. Just because we are quiet, we do not say anything, we do not go around conquering people, there is no bluster in us, just because that does not mean that we are not a hard military power. Alright? And the thing is, this is something that we saw in Operation Sindoor as well. You know, we kept quiet. The bluster was maximum coming from the Pakistani side and has been coming throughout the last 7-8 months, and now everything is proving to be false, because you see, report after report is coming out saying that India had escalation dominance. In fact, in Sunday Guardian this Sunday, we took out a report about how India beat Pakistan in every sphere. So we are people who do not go, we just do our job. And if you're talking about what we saw today in the Republic Day parade, what I personally liked a lot was that rendition of that Vande Mataram, Bankim Chandra's Vande Mataram, the way they have used the whole poem. The whole poem has been used in parts, individual paragraph, and then they have introduced a modern song in that. I thought that was absolutely I may even use the word bravura. I think that was an epic, I would say, India's combining tradition and modernity combined so well. I thought that was the high point of the parade today.
I want to also go across now to Gautam Mukherjee. He's a senior journalist. Gautam, I also want to talk to you about this, because for many of us and for many years, a lot of us look forward to the flypast, which is really the highlight of the parade. Such a beautiful, stellar display of India's military prowess at every Republic Day parade. And today, of course, in a historic debut, Bhairav Battalion marched for the first time at the Republic Day Parade. What would you like to see on that? Because this is a Sikh regiment we're talking about.
Yes, it was pretty impressive, as was almost the whole parade, because it didn't drag. All the sections of first the military hardware, then the marching, then the various acrobatics and the dancing and the tableaus, everything moved along at a brisk pace. The flypasts were also, while traditional, they were efficiently done, and the whole impression was of a disciplined and efficient parade.
And on that note, I'd like to thank both my guests for joining me.